Hey there, friends. Welcome to a bonus episode of both my podcasts, the Listener's Commentary and the Bible in Life podcast. This is a bonus episode specifically to talk about why the Study Hub. What's the Study Hub all about? I've mentioned the Study Hub on several occasions. We just launched it within the last handful of weeks. So I wanted to take just a few minutes and share kind of the reasons behind it. What is the Study Hub good for if you've been curious about it or you've heard about it but you don't really know what it is? Why the Study Hub for the Listener's Commentary? So if you haven't listened to the Listener's Commentary, if you're more of a Bible and Life listener, the Listener's Commentary studies directly through paragraph by paragraph books of the New Testament, just straightforward Bible teaching with a little bit of application and reflection thrown in. And what became apparent to me was there was a need, or a desire at least, for more than the audio. People had questions about some of the resources I was using, or they wanted more background info, or they loved the pictures and bringing that to life so they can actually see where those places were at. And so that really led me to begin to kind of figure out how could I create something that would provide that for people. And that was sort of the genesis for the Study Hub. And essentially, there are kind of like two big categories of reasons for the Study Hub. The first category is you. The second category, at the risk of sounding selfish, is me. When it comes to you, this desire for more than the audio, for resources. I was at a conference here in town, actually, in the last week or so, and met a gal who is a listener of the commentary, actually a supporter of the commentary. Name is Susan. So if you're listening, Susan, it was so great to meet you at the conference. And Susan's from Arizona. She was here in Boise, Idaho for this conference. And having used the Study Hub, she said to me, you're right. It's just so true that you get on the internet and you're studying a passage of the Bible and you end up searching this and searching that and you're going all over the internet and then you find something, you're like, I don't even know if that's reliable or not. And you spend all this time trying to find something and then you're not even sure whether you can trust it or whatnot. That it's super nice to have something all in one place that at least provides a solid foundation for studying the text of Scripture right there in one place, and to have that from somebody that you've come to kind of trust and respect. So that's really at the heart of what the Listener's Commentary Study Hub is all about. It's about providing a central hub, a location of word studies and background information or links to other resources that can help you really dig in, dive in, study the text for yourself so you can learn it for yourself, but also so maybe you can share that with others. There's pastors that are using it. I've got a pastor friend who told me that's just the way he prepares for sermons. He just searches all over the internet, hoping he can find things that will help him understand this text more and put the sermon together. And again, having it all in one place saves an immense amount of time. Having it all in one place from somebody that you say, okay, I like this guy, I can trust this guy, assuming that's why you're here, right? That just helps give some confidence in it. And so if I recommend some other resources, I may not agree 100%, but by and large, they're trustworthy and they're reliable. So that's the heart behind the Study Hub. That's the big reason for it, is to provide something that'll help you study the Bible more confidently, more thoroughly, more completely, more efficiently, so you're not just jumping all over the internet. There's a ton of good stuff on the internet. It's just hard to find it, and it's hard to know it's trustworthy. So Study Hub tries to pull it together all in one place. The other reason, as I said, is me. If you've been around my ministry for very long, you realize I'm pretty much giving away everything for free. And yet it all costs. And not only that, I have bills to pay. I have a family to feed, right? So there's cost involved in it. And so that's the reason there's a cost with the Study Hub. At least at this point, I just have to have some way of bringing in some income. And the Listener's Commentary and the Bible in Life, as I've said over and over again, is a crowd-funded Bible teaching project. And so really the Study Hub provides another way for those of you who believe in this ministry and who have been blessed by it, benefited from it in some way, to support it, to support this work. I just gave free access to the Study Hub to a pastor in Kenya, a Kenyan national who is trying to find a way to take the resources, not only in the Study Hub, but of the commentary and really everything I'm providing, and use it to help train and teach leaders and pastors and disciple people in Kenya. And he told me, he said, man, I've got to find a way to get this into more people's hands because it would just be so helpful to us. Their internet's spotty, and so we'll brainstorm up some ways. But I'm giving that away over there for free. Same thing, I've given a bunch of stuff away to people in Haiti or other places. I'm giving away so much what I'm doing for free, and yet I've got bills to pay. So the Study Hub is set up for pay what you can afford basis. And again, I'm not trying to get rich out of any of this, but I just have bills to pay, and so it's pay what you can afford. So if all you can afford is $5-7 a month, pay $5, $7, $10 a month. If you can afford a little bit more to help offset the cost, right? That's the way it's set up, because I really view this as a resource to God's people to help people learn and live the Bible so they can grow in their faith, so they become more like Jesus. And the Study Hub provides a really, as I said, efficient way to do that. And if you believe in this ministry, it provides a way for you then to support this ministry, support the work I'm doing. And so actually, that's part of the reason why for the month of April, we're celebrating the 2-year birthday of the Listener's Commentary. It turned 2 years old this month. In 2 years, God has done some phenomenal things. A year ago, we were averaging about 1,100 downloads a month on the Listener's Commentary. Now we're averaging around 10,000 to 11,000 downloads a month, and it continues to grow and increase as more people find out about it, which, again, share it with your friends, let people know, help more people find out about it if you think it's helpful to people. But God has done some incredible things, and so whether you sign up for the listeners or the Study Hub through the normal means, or whether you just set up a monthly recurring donation through World Family Mission, sort of the mission organization under which my ministry comes, either way, you are supporting this work and this ministry. So this month in April, if you set up a recurring donation through World Family Mission, I'm going to give you free access to the Study Hub as well, just as a way to say thank you and to support you in your desire to learn, live the Bible, and follow Jesus. So that's really the why behind the Study Hub. The Study Hub is primarily meant to be a resource to help you learn and live the Bible so you can follow Jesus more fully and more completely. And any amount you give helps support this ministry and fund this ministry. And while we're on that note, just to be honest, I have been doing this online Bible teaching ministry now for about 3.5 years, a little over 3.5 years. We're about 75% of minimum monthly need. And so what I can predict each month that's going to come in is about 75% of bare absolute minimum of what we need. And yet somehow the Lord has continued to sustain us and provide for us. He's faithful and He's good. And so thanks a ton to those of you who have just faithfully supported either since the beginning or have jumped in here in recent time. But that explains really the need behind it all. It just costs. It costs a lot to do what I'm doing. So if you're able to support this in any way, that would be a huge benefit to me, as well as a blessing to people all around the world who are using these resources and just don't have the means to help out at all. Now, what is the Study Hub? I've mentioned it's a place where you can go and study the Bible to try to bring stuff together. Let me just mention some of the things that are inside of there so you know what's inside the Study Hub. If you jump into the Study Hub, the primary thing is you get the exact same audio for the commentary, but along with that, you'll get background information about the cities with maps, with pictures. You'll get charts giving overviews of the book so you can see a breakdown of the book and how they're put together. You'll get word studies of key words. You'll get specific moments where, like, the historical context or the cultural context enlightens a particular passage. You'll get some articles or some studies about that. And I'm constantly adding more as I'm able to, just creating more content, adding more things. Or someone asks me a question, I'll write something about that and put that in there. There's some articles I've written for other organizations that I think would be helpful to studying the Bible. I've put those inside of there. There is, like, a kind of like Bible Foundations curriculum that's just points you to a bunch of free stuff on the internet, plus some books I would recommend. I actually originally put that together for my nephew, who is a church planter in Montana. He has a degree in mathematics, not Bible or theology, and he was like, "Hey, Uncle John, I need some help. I just can't go back to school right now, and I don't have tons of resources. Could you just help me put together something that would help me grow in my knowledge of the Bible?" And so I put together this curriculum that pointed him to some of my stuff, some other stuff on the internet, along with some books that if he did these courses online that are free, that if he read these books, it would really help him have a solid biblical foundation for his ministry. So that's inside the Study Hub. You get free access to my Bible Study Skills online course inside of there so that it'll help you learn the principles and practices for effective Bible study. There's a couple little mini courses in there, how to read the Bible and pray, get a grip on the Bible, which is like a real 45-minute bare bones introduction to the Bible, either for you or if you're more familiar with the Bible, for somebody that you're discipling or mentoring. And all of this is aimed at not only helping you study the Bible, but equip you so you can share that with others in discipling relationships or in Bible study relationships. And so there's just a boatload of information. You get 50% off to all my online courses, and Lord willing, I'll be able to add some more courses to that, hopefully in the next, later this year or maybe early next year. So there's a ton of stuff inside there. And all you got to do is go to thelistenerscommentary.com, and in the upper right corner, you'll see a big blue box that says Study Hub. Click on the box that says Study Hub, or you could click on Sign Up. Don't do login yet, because we've got to sign up before we can log in. So click either on Study Hub or click on Sign Up. It'll take you to the Study Hub page. You can read some of the details on that page if you want to. Scroll down to the bottom. And there's a place at the bottom where you just pick your price. You can even set your own price. I've got some suggested prices there. You can put in whatever amount makes sense to you. You'll put that in, and you'll create then a payment account. Then from there, it'll redirect you to a sign-up page. And on that sign-up page, you create a login account for the Study Hub, and boom, you're in. You got access to all of that. And then you can begin studying the Bible, using those resources. Or when you're listening to the commentary, you can listen to the commentary, and you could be checking out some of the bonus content there. If you have questions, feel free to email me. Bible questions, just platform questions, how to use it, Bible questions, theology questions. My plan is, if I can make it happen, if I can maybe get some help to make it happen, I just got to figure out the best way to do it. Probably start just doing really easy through Zoom, but I want to do like monthly lives where those of you who are subscribers to the Study Hub or who are subscribers to my online courses, where I just provide an opportunity to ask questions and maybe give you a little bit of my thoughts and then respond to some of your questions. So hopefully either later this month, beginning of May, we'll do the first one of those inside the Study Hub. And like I said, I'll probably just do that through Zoom for now until I figure out a better way to do that. Maybe that'll turn out to be the best way. We'll just kind of keep making it up as we go, providing opportunities to answer your questions, study the Bible, grow in your faith, so that you can become more and more like Jesus, and then you can walk with Jesus enough to help others become more and more like Jesus as well and study with him. So that's the Study Hub. That's what it's all about. Super excited about it. As a resource to help people just learn and live the Bible. So that sounds like it would be helpful to you. Swing over to the listener's commentary. I'll actually put a link directly to the sign-up page down in the notes below, so that if that sounds interesting to you, you can check it out. Or if you've been thinking about supporting this ministry, this is a great way to do it. So I'll put a link to that down in the notes below. But thanks for being a part of the Bible and Life family. Thanks for listening to both the Bible and Life podcast, the listener's commentary. Feel free to share it widely, right? Like share the commentary, share the podcast with anybody and everybody. Let people know about it. That's the best way for people to find out about it. If you haven't given a review on your podcast platform, and your podcast app has the option to do that, rank and review both the listener's commentary or the Bible and Life, whichever one you listen to. Again, that just helps that the podcast apps distribute that to more and more people. So do all that, and whether you sign up or not, I just I'm grateful that God has given me the opportunity to teach the Bible this way, and that you're part of the Bible and Life family, that you're part of the Listener's Commentary family. So God bless you guys, and I look forward to studying the Bible with you some more in the weeks ahead. God bless.